My neighbor blamed me when her son broke into my apartment and ate my homemade cookies. Now she's demanding I pay his medical bills. Those cookies almost killed my son. My neighbor screamed through my door yesterday. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. I stood there stunned, trying to process how I'd become the villain in a story about someone breaking into my apartment. It started 3 days ago. I am a pastry chef who works late nights at a restaurant downtown. When I get home after midnight, I often unwind by baking something simple. Last Sunday, I made my grandmother's chocolate chip cookies with hazelnuts, my comfort food after a stressful week. The next morning, I woke to pounding on my door. My neighbor from across the hall, Karen, yes, really her name, was standing there with her teenage son, Tyler. His face was swollen and he looked terrified. What did you put in those cookies? She demanded, pushing past me into my apartment. Confused, I asked what cookies she meant. The ones you left on your counter? Tyler had to use his EpiPen last night because of you. It took me a moment to understand her son had entered my apartment while I was sleeping and eaten my cookies. Cookies clearly containing hazelnuts, which he was apparently severely allergic to. Wait, I said slowly. You are telling me Tyler broke into my apartment and ate my food? He didn't break in, she huffed. Your door wasn't locked properly. He smelled the cookies from the hallway and thought you'd made them for the building like you did for Christmas. That was different. I delivered those Christmas cookies personally to each neighbor in labeled containers. These were on my kitchen counter in my apartment at 2 a.m. Tyler, I turned to the boy directly. You entered someone's home without permission in the middle of the night. He stared at his shoes. I just wanted a cookie, his mother cut in. That's not the point. The point is you didn't label them as containing nuts. Tyler could have died. They were inside my locked apartment on my counter. I don't need to label food in my own home. Karen insisted I should have known better, claiming that as a professional chef, I had a duty of care to anticipate her son might break in and eat my food. Then she demanded I pay the $800 emergency room bill since my renter's insurance should cover it. I refused, suggesting perhaps her son needed to learn about both aldrices and trespassing. She stormed out, promising legal action. Yesterday, I received a formal letter demanding payment for medical expenses plus emotional distress. The neighbors on our floor have divided into factions, some insisting I should have used warning labels in my own kitchen, just in case, others outraged that I am being blamed for someone breaking into my home. My restaurant colleagues say I should countersue for breaking and entering, but honestly, I just want this nightmare to end. I've started double-checking my locks and now keep my baking supplies in a locked cabinet. I never thought I'd need to defend myself for making cookies in my own kitchen, but here we are living in a world where someone can break into your home, eat your food, have an allergic reaction, and somehow make it your fault. Maybe tomorrow I'll bake a batch of do not steal these cookies and see if those labels work any better.